Good afternoon, Minutemen. This is your Ensemble Visual Performance Judge. I'll be judging you today on the category of Ensemble Performance, which is adherence to visual style, transitions and pathways, adherence to the visual phrase, consistency of spacing, visual alignment of forms, body orientation, instrument and equipment orientation, precision and consistency, and simultaneous responsibilities. Basically, I'll be looking at you as an ensemble and seeing how you perform as a group. Looking forward to your show today. Drum major, is your band ready? Okay, so starting out here, I see we're down on the ground. One of the things I want to ask is, should both feet be out? It looks like one knee's in for most of you, but a few of you have your leg out, so let's make sure that's consistent across the band. Also in the percussion, I know you guys are just back there, but let's make sure that your posture is upright, that you're engaged in the show. Some of you are just kind of looking down, looking around. All right, we're up on our knees here. Are our knees together or apart here? We need to make sure that that's consistent across the band. So just anything like that where you're doing something visually, it's got to be the same all the way across the band. Looks like now we have most performers facing the side one end zone, but we've got a few that are still facing the front, especially back here in the alto saxes. So again, let's make sure that that's consistent across the ensemble. We've got a clarinet and alto facing me still, in addition to the soloists. And now we have one of the soloists turned, and now the other one turned. Okay, so just got to be consistent about when are you facing your horn where. That's got to be consistent across the ensemble every single time. Okay, we've got a spacing issue here in between alto sax and a trumpet player. Let's make sure that's consistent. Nobody's missing today. Okay, so we had a little visual there, but it didn't quite land because we didn't do it all together as a group. We got to make sure we're counting so that that visual happens all at the same time. Okay, soloists running up to the front. Let's try and find a better pathway to get there that you don't have to run. All right, just in general here, we've got horn angles kind of all over the place. Horn angles have to be up here to the box. We've got some people facing direction of travel. Okay, we got some simultaneous responsibility here in the brass. Not everyone's committed though. Tuba player, we got to get bent over more on those visuals. Okay, that was good consistency of phrasing there visually. We all hit that one triangle form and then expanded it all together. That was very nice. Now here when we land, we've got some clarinet players with their feet apart. We've got a saxophone with their feet apart. Are your feet touching? Are the heels touching? Are the toes touching? All of that stuff has to be super consistent the entire time. So let's make sure that that happens. Okay, decent step off, but we had one clarinet player right here in the front row, right off side one on the 50 that did not step off on that one. So again, got to make sure that those step offs every time are super consistent. Okay, as we're marching around in this circle back here, woodwinds, let's make sure we're not stomping. I see a few of you with toes in the air, but then our tenor sax players kind of flouncing around, stomping around. So let's make sure that those toes get up nice and high. Okay, where's the step off here, ladies and gentlemen? We got to make sure we step off all together. Trumpets, trombones, altos, tenors. It looks like the whole band may have been supposed to step off right there, but only it looks like the first trumpet on the end here stepped off at the right time. Everybody else was sort of slow to follow. So again, let's make sure that that's consistent. Right here, as we're moving in this slow pattern, I've got some people still moving, some people stopped. Let's make sure we arrive at our dot right on time. Oh, we're here probably about 4 beats early right there, woodwinds. Let's not get there 4 beats early. Get there right on time. Move all the way to 1. Make sure we land. Okay, brass, as you're moving through the pit, I know you're off stage, but we still got to make sure we're performance level. So let's make sure that those body postures are up. movements back there should be nice and smooth. That way you're not distracting from what's coming up here in the front. Okay, nice movement here across the field, some counter movement. Trumpets pushing woodwinds. Uh-oh, guard member, I think you're out. Okay, brass, let's make sure we know. Are we stopping or moving there? Because we had the trumpet stopped. It looks like the mellophone kept moving. Then the tuba started moving. Then the trombone started moving. We got to know where those step-offs are. Okay, as we're backpedaling here, oh, we had some cross foot there. Don't cross your feet ever, ever, ever when you're marching. Make sure those feet stay parallel to each other. Okay, nice company front here. Let's guide to the left, guide to the right. Make sure we're staying in a straight line. These are the things I'm looking for as your ensemble visual judge here. Okay, that transition there, when are you supposed to transition? It looks like we were a little confused on that. And we've got some people backward marching, some people forward marching to this dot. Let's define a style here. Okay, are we gonna forward march to that dot as we expand that line out, or are we gonna backward march? Make sure we know. It's gotta be consistent. Okay, as we got here to the Bezier curve, we had a lot of people here early. Boys and girls, we've got to get to this chart right on time. Not early, not late, but right on time. Right on the downbeat is when you land with your feet hopefully together. It looks like we're supposed to be together. Still have some people, trombone player, feet are apart. I've got a saxophone player with his toes touching, and most of you have your toes apart. So again, it's got to be consistent across the ensemble. Okay, as we're coming across here, horn angles are going to be super important, especially in the saxes. It looks like most of the saxes are pointed down toward the side 2 end zone. Got to get those bells up to me, saxes. Really turn those shoulders. 30, 60, 90. Okay, we're pinwheeling here. I can tell we're pinwheeling from the high woodwinds. You're doing a nice job. But the rest of that pinwheel is not clean. We got to make sure that's clean. Oh, moving on the hold. Don't move on the hold, woodwinds. Even if you're wrong, you got to stay frozen on the hold. Okay, horn angles here coming in. Saxes, you're pointed down towards side 2. Trombone, you're pointed down towards side 2. Trumpets, you're not moving at all through that whole move. Looks like you were there about, I don't know, probably 8 steps beforehand. So really just consistency across the board, Minutemen. We've got to get consistency all the way across. So make sure that you're stepping off at the right time, that you're stepping off together. Make sure the horn angles are consistent. Make sure that if you're marching forward or backward to a dot, make sure that you as a section have decided which one are you going to do. If you're moving the same direction, you should be marching the same way, either forward or backwards. So those are my comments for you today. Good energy through the band, but really a lot to work on.